So I wanted to open up today by asking each of our panel members to very briefly talk about what would be the one thing that the leaders over the road here could decide by Friday that would make a big difference to their businesses.
We have to focus on deregulation in the world of energy, and at the same time we have to continue to put a lot of pressure to innovate as much as we can in clean energy technologies. So we need money to go into innovation, and we need to take a different attitude towards innovation. Technology risk needs to be reevaluated, and we need deregulation. It's opened it up, and you have the ability to have more and more competitors. The addressable market got bigger, and so dollars flowed into innovation because investors saw an opportunity to make money. Now let's look at energy for a second. Where are we 20 years after the first Rio conference? Well, we still have a very fragmented set of utility companies, very similar to what we had 20 years ago in telecoms. So one of the things I would tell those governments is the conditions that allow for a company like Vodafone to be operating in 198 countries today need to happen in energy for that business to become big and viable and grow and have an effect on climate change. Now, innovation is also key. If we don't invest in innovation, then all of that would be for naught. Do you remember, let's take that same parallel of communications. Do you guys remember when you used to connect with a modem that made that screeching noise? Right? If you used to use that modem 28A, raise your hand. Everything, the rest of you are too young? Yeah. Today, you're getting on at lightning fast speeds, and you're doing all of these things, and you're consuming data at record pace. And if we look at what it takes to flick a light switch from a clean, green source, I mean, there are some people from Siemens or Vestas here who will get angry at me, but a wind turbine, to me, hasn't changed that much. Maybe they're getting bigger, but the core technologies that go into them need to be improved. Same thing in solar, same thing in biofuels, same thing in storage technologies. There's so many clean energy areas to invest money in innovating. And if we do, then we will find the margins necessary to make these businesses stand on their own two feet. Because today, clean energy, as most of us know, is reliant on government subsidies. The problem is governments don't have the money anymore to continue subsidizing them. So we need to innovate in order to replace government subsidies with higher margin clean energy. You know, a word on government mandated initiatives like that, they don't always work. I remember a while back they tried to government mandate in the United States no alcohol. People still drank. I think that the idea of having public companies like on the LSE, you know, have to report something about sustainability does make sense. What I'd like to see happen more and more, you talked about Sir Richard Branson, he co-founded the Carbon War Group. That's a good organization, very active here actually as well, in Rio, that can look at an industry, let's say transportation, and say, okay, here's how you can be doing it better, cleaner, greener, and make more money. And think of them almost like an ISO stamp. If a company got that stamp of approval, then more businesses want to do business with them, more bankers would want to finance them, so on and so forth. So it's not government mandated per se, but we need more carbon war rooms and more people like Sir Richard Branson to take